him to hopefully get himself going, heat check style, and in certain games where the matchups work, he'll be out there to close the game. In a lot of matchups, however, he will not be out there to close the game, and or they'll do a lot of substitutions as it relates to offensive versus defensive switches, which is going to be frustrating for him. It's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out.
Well, I'm glad you brought this up because with Eric Gordon and Carmelo Anthony both coming off the bench for the Rockets, they really set themselves up for success during that stretch at the end of the first and start of the second quarter when you got the second unit in there. You played for years in the NBA. What is it like coming off the bench and facing second units?
In theory, it's just an opportunity for you to be productive. And whether it's against frontline guys or second-line guys, teams strategize against that as well. So what's going to happen is certain teams that want to take advantage of him defensively, they'll probably take out one of their forwards early in the first quarter so that they can put him back in when he's going to come in the game. So teams are going to be paying attention to this dynamic, and it's going to look a lot different for Carmelo because he's going to literally, like last year in a lot of cases, be standing around the three-point line. He's improved as a three-point catch and shooter, and he can't knock that shot down. But we know Carmelo Anthony to be at his best when it's mid-range, Bernard King style, pump fake, jab step, 1 or 2 dribbles, pull up 15 to 18 feet. So it's going to be important for him to make his first couple of shots and or not get a couple of fouls or not get a couple of turnovers because some of those times his rope is going to be a lot shorter.
Do you think D'Antoni is not starting Carmelo to start the season because he doesn't want to, Marquise Chris is out, so now I'll put Carmelo Anthony in the starting lineup and then take him out of the starting lineup? Is that his strategy here?
Well, I'm not starting him because it's not what's best for the team, is what he's thinking. If he felt like putting Carmelo Anthony in the starting lineup will help the team win and or perform at an optimum level, then he will be starting. I agree with the decision and feel like at this point of his career, then he's best as a reserve, which is fine. But the key is, will he be out there to finish? That remains to be seen.
We will see as the Rockets season starts. Right now, it's time for Socially Awkward. One would think that Kevin Durant has learned his lesson when it comes to social media, but apparently he has not. The latest is a little funny. It's just a little odd. On the day in which Kevin Durant is starting his season with the Warriors, there is this report that there was a tweet about Frank Ntilikina starting at small forward over Kevin Knox. Seems innocuous, no big deal. Just a little small detail, minutia about the Knicks starting lineup, a team that won't even make the playoffs. Apparently, this was liked by Kevin Durant on Instagram. He liked it and then unliked it, allegedly. We don't know if this happened. But Jalen Rose, does Kevin Durant do this accidentally? Does he do this intentionally to make us talk about it? He knows that we're all talking about him going to the Knicks. Why would he like something about the Knicks starting lineup?
Kevin's in a unique situation because, as he would say, he went to a team that already had strong leadership in the Golden State Warriors, so he doesn't have to be that guy for them. They won a championship without him. They won 73 games without him. However, they don't win the last 2 championships without him, which is why he was the Finals MVP. We continue to talk about his prowess on the floor, but yet and still, we always seem to find ways to talk about what he's doing on social media. Mm-hmm. And in this case, paying attention to the dynamics of the New York Knicks is not a surprise to anyone that's been paying attention to NBA gossip, so to speak, because I believe, like many, if the Warriors win 3 straight championships, Kevin Durant does see and would accept the allure of being the quote-unquote king of New York. Of course, there's only one Notorious Big, but the day he signs to play with that squad, he becomes a hero in a large media market. He's from the East Coast. It makes sense for a lot of reasons. So I'm not surprised that this happened, but if I'm him, just own it. Don't unlike it. That's always the whack move. When you put up a picture, when you put up a post, even if you don't love it, don't take it down. That's the whack move. Don't unlike it. Just own it. We see it. There's no going back once it already happens.
For me, it's like when I make a mistake, I don't make the mistake twice, but he keeps doing things like this. And at this point, I think he might be trolling us. He might be doing things like this just so people like us talk about it on broadcasts like this, and I'm falling for it 100%, and I'm totally here for it, Kevin. Please continue to be confusing on social media because I love it.
And we can't ignore the fact we call KP the Unicorn. Who gave him that nickname?
Kevin Durant. You brought that up yesterday. It's a great point by you, Jalen Rose. He's had his eye on the unicorn since before he was the unicorn. Every single Wednesday we celebrate the superior, more responsible, kinder, more intelligent gender of our species, the women, with Woman Crush Wednesday.
Hey, ladies!
And we take female voicemails. Let's listen to one right now.
Hi, Jalen and Jacoby. This is Jackie from Colorado and a huge Denver Nuggets fan, and my fiance is born and raised in Portland, so he's Blazers through and through. Who will have the better season this year, and what's an appropriate wager for us to put on it? Love you guys, and keep giving the people what they want.
Thank you so much for the call, Jackie. First, we'll address who's going to have a better season, the Nuggets or the Blazers.
This is a tough call, and this is going to be a really good bet. And I encourage the person to take the Nuggets in this dynamic. Here's why. First and foremost, we love the Portland Trail Blazers backcourt. We affectionately have called them Mama's Boys for years. And it takes one to know one. And Dame Lillard and C.J. McCollum, who I feel is going to continue to play at an all-star level. But you talked about it. The Nuggets starting five is stout.
Mm-hmm.
And their backcourt is going to have a coming-out party this year. Harris and Murray. They re-signed Barton. I think Millsap is going to find his rhythm this year. And the Joker, 19 points, 12 boards, 6 dimes.
Yep.
Is as skilled as any big man offensively in the league. In this dynamic, I have to take the Nuggets.
I would have to take the Nuggets as well. I think the Blazers will make the playoffs, but probably in the 7 seed. The Nuggets could be in the 5 seed, the 6 seed. They'll kind of be like where the Lakers are, depending on how LeBron James meshes with his players. But what they should wager on it, I'm going to say hour massage. 1 hour massage.
Hold on. Wait.
No, Jalen, don't do it. Don't get me in trouble. Don't get me in trouble. We got to move on. I'm sorry. They're in my ear. We have to move on. We have to move on.
That's way too long.
We have to move on.
That's way too long.
I'm never giving my wife an hour massage. When we come back, we'll talk about Manny Machado and his quote-unquote dirty play. There's a European city that no longer wants bachelor parties there, and much more. And keep it moving.
Hand massage, foot massage, breakfast in bed, dinner at a favorite restaurant.
It's back. And it's front. No, really. The Triple Double Crunchwrap $5 box is back. And it's still all mains, no sides, with 2 crunchy tacos and a medium soda. Just $5. Only at Taco